Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, we're going to have picks from the 15-game card from Major League Baseball. The WNBA returns. Well, tomorrow we get the NHL Finals, and of course, Thursday the NBA Finals. But we'll have those picks when we get to those days. Of course, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time. And first thing you want to do here is give it that thumbs up right off the bat. It really helps us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So we'll induce the cappers, meet the cappers, and we'll get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too bad. Can't complain. Swept the board. 3-0 day.
Nice.
June's been good. Winning both days of June so far. So knock some wood, moving back in the right direction. So can't complain. Hey, we hit our props too. Gee. Can't help it, but got to pick on the homeless. Sometimes you just got to do it. Yes. With all the ribbies that I said to take against the homeless, and they all cashed for us yesterday. So, hey, can't complain about Monday's action. Let's get to Tuesdays. A little bigger slate, but still lots of spots to make some money. And the W is back, so let's get to it.
Definitely, W is back. Yep, picking on that homeless. They're not looking good out there in that back home in the shelter. Let's go to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Yeah, I was in on that too. We cashed with the Twins yesterday. They took over the shelter. So yeah, that was a good one there, and then definitely RBI props hitting. Don't think anybody got out of the yard there, but a lot of hitting there, and it got a little scary for Joe Ryan there for briefly, but yeah, we cashed that one and cashed Kerry Carpenter. You could have cashed him 3 times. He hit 3 home runs against the White Sox yesterday, and I had the under in the free video. That's my bad. Apparently, Detroit decided to beat up on the White Sox, but the White Sox still suck. They only got 1 run. So anyway, Kerry Carpenter home run 3 times. Good day yesterday.
Very good. On over to Sean. Sean, what's happening? Smart and nice little shirt there.
Yeah, like my little Sasquatch.
Yeah, it looks nice, man.
I picked up crazy shirt. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Because when I go to Bet Bash, I'm going to have a crazy shirt on like this every day for the entire week." You just wear a polo shirt, right? See, I got the blue, but I got what? I got a blue, 2 whites, 2 blacks, a gray. I mean, whatever. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to buy some ridiculous shirts and just pick out with my ridiculous Sasquatch or whatever I got on there. I got a couple funny ones I'm going to wear. So I had this on last night, so I was like, you know, let me wear it today. Right? Seriously, it's a summertime.
Summertime, right?
A nice festive shirt on. Yeah, I go 1-1 yesterday. I had I was on the Twins. I took a run line, so that was a nice win there. But the Dodgers over. Nowhere to be found. But what's going on? Are you kidding me? The one time I need extra innings to help me get the over, the Dodgers can't score runs to get me an over there. That's the way it goes. Well, 1-1 back at it today. Got 5 games loaded up already. So we'll see how we do. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's say El Nito, see what's happening.
I guess I had the same plays as Sean yesterday. I was on the Twins, and I even said anyway on the morning show I wasn't going to add any plays yesterday. Unfortunately, I did end up getting there with that Dodgers over, and as Sean was just saying, just fell short on that one. But hey, 1-1, I'll take it and try to do better today.
Very good. So Alessandro, what's happening?
None much after a pretty rough weekend, 3-5 in baseball. We locked in on just one game yesterday. Padres money line, nice win, got us back in the green. A lot more today. I got 4 premiums out, so yeah, trying to make some money.
Absolutely. I look to bounce back from 1 and 2. Yeah, Twins run line was for me, but then I missed with the Reds. I tried to go against the Brewers, but lose a 1-run decision. I was also on that under with Detroit and Chicago. With that, of course, I got the 1 run only from Chicago, but Detroit went off on Chicago pitching, but we'll bounce it back today. So let's get on with the Major League Baseball here for today's card. Here, 15 game cards. We know it's Skeens day to day. Just a note here, Dollander will get I'll go on the mound here for Colorado. That was a change from the first announcement of the pitcher. So Dollander for Colorado tomorrow for today here against Miami, and just kind of going through some of these other pitchers. Also, Christopher Sanchez. I know Wheeler was the early announcement. Christopher Sanchez will go with the lefty for Philadelphia against Toronto today against Bowden Francis. So that was another change. We know that Bayo got moved to today from yesterday because they put in Richard Fitz in there. And the Bayo goes today instead. there. Of course, it is Gallon Strider for Atlanta. Strider still scheduled to go today. We may have some weather today. 80% chance of rain in Texas and Tampa Bay. Looks like a good pitching matchup with Male and Rasmussen, but rain in the forecast in that one. And then Gibson Long still scheduled to go for Detroit. He is coming off Tommy John, pitched last in 2023. He's still scheduled to go for Detroit here. He was still a question mark. That's why we didn't get a line very early in that game. But going through the rest of the card here, looks like Burgert was penciled in for San Diego. He was a question mark. He was a newer guy in that lineup, but in that pitching rotation with Burgert still set to go for San Diego. And we're all set. Yeah, Kershaw going for LA today. So those are your changes in Major League Baseball and your announcements there in case where there weren't a lot of lines that came out because of some of these questionable pitchers, but we got you covered there with the pitching. So let's get to the games. Rockies and Marlins here. Marlins now $1.80, total of 8. Astros and Pirates. The Pirates $54, $60. This one has really moved here. Total 7.5. Cubs and Nationals. Cubs $48 on the road, total 9.5. Guardians and Yankees. We got the Yankees about $2 now, $1.85 in some places though. 8 is the total. Phillies and Blue Jays. We got the Phillies $1.39 on the road, total 8.5. We get started with Rod.
Yeah, the first one I'm looking at is fading the Marlins. Yep, definitely not want to lay that kind of price with Sandy on the mound. We've seen the expired Wiener yesterday not do so good. He had a great start to his series, give it that, but was he ever a minus 200? No chance. Sandy, minus 180? No chance. Well, we'll go right back to Colorado there and take the big plus money. This is the time that Colorado finally wins their first series of the year because, hey, the Marlins just aren't hitting. They had chances to blow that game wide open, but just never could get that big clutch hit to blow it open, and the Rockies did. So just I'll go right back to the Rockies. We're still up from game one. And then the one I'm looking at, give me the over between the Cubs and Washington. Hey, Horton's pitched pretty well for the Cubs in his first few starts. And good old Trevor Williams. Well, Trevor Williams at home, he's sporting a good old 6 ERA there in that matchup. Especially at home. He hasn't been good at home. And at 9.5, bookmakers telling you we're going to see lots of runs in Washington. Give me the over 9.5 there in that matchup.
There we go here from Rob. We move on over Chris.
Yeah, look at that Colorado-Miami game. We got Alcantara and Dollander there. I think we see Colorado seems to be heating up here. So I think we're going to go over. We know Sandy can get hit. So we're going to go take the over there. I'm going to go the opposite direction, of course, with Skeens Day. Take the under and take the under in the first 5 and take Pittsburgh in the first 5. I trust him while he's in there. But Pittsburgh's just not hitting. You can take under the whole game. Pittsburgh's just not really hitting all that well. So we can take that. And then I did the video, Philadelphia, Toronto. It's out there. You can check that out there as well. And we're gonna go take the plus money there with Toronto. I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays in this one and fade Sanchez there. And you can go with the Blue Jays, but you can check the deeper dive out there. And those are 3 I like in that one.
Yeah, from Chris on over to Sean.
All righty. Let's. I'm gonna start with the Pirates. If I'm doing the Skeens here, how about some run line action on the cat for plus 145? Now he's what 3-8 or whatever in his starts. It's not like he's crushing it, but the Astros to me, I mean, McCullers. He's not been as bad as he was in that first outing, but that Astros lineup, I'm just not a fan of. And hey, I get a shot with a guy plus 145 who, on any other team, he'd probably be a minus 115 on a run line. I'll take a shot with Skeens there at that price. Agreeing with the Cubby Natty over. I mean, 9.5. Let's go. How about the Cubs being as good as they are? Yeah, it's kind of a, people talk about the Rockies being bad. The Cubs, and I got the Cubs over. I was not expecting them to have like one of the better records in baseball with the Yanks and Mets and Dodgers and stuff. Of course, I'll be fading the Yankees all 3 games in this series because I don't think there should be 150. I don't think there are 150 fades over teams. I just don't. Especially I'm taking back. What is it? 145 take back here? Oh, I'm sorry. It's up to 180. Oh,
200, 185, 200.
Yeah.
Bet online. 200 bet online now.
Yeah, but the take back's 180 on Cleveland.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, plus 180.
Okay, sure. You have to twist my arm more. I'll do it. And Philly, how about, it's got to do an over here, no? I mean, the bullpen is just a hot mess of. Yeesh.
Harper's
That
back
was just-
also.
That was just a terrible series versus the Brewers. Give me the over here. Toronto is hitting. Granted, it was against the bad A's team, but are you really impressed with the way the Phillies been playing lately? And this is not to say the Phillies are a bad team and won't be able to straighten the ship, but teams sometimes hit a rough patch. This seems to be a Philly rough patch. I'll go over the total here.
There we go from Sean. We move on over to Alinos.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with a lot of what everyone said already. I think the only game I would consider the under in this slot is the Pirates-Astros game. Skeens should slow down the Astros, and McCullers hasn't been great. Neither has this Pirates offense. Which is why, I mean, if I were to look at the Pirates here, the most I could do is get them -1 because I'm not going to trust this offense to really go off too much. But again, I'm just going to stick, I think, to the totals more for this slot, and just I think we see a lot of runs except for that one game.
There we go from Alaninos on Alessandro.
Yeah, I got a couple premiums here in this time slot. So only game I'm going to give out here is the Astro Pirates game. I do like the under, like everybody's saying, with Skeens on the mound. I can see the Astros pulling out the win, though. They are a half game back in the division, trying to catch the Mariners. Just a lean.
There we go from Alessandro. I'll tell you what I think about this game. I think this might have been the first time we heard Sean on Skeens. He usually has the fade button. He usually has the fade button. I guess the fade button wasn't working today.
At the price, I'm going to take it. Listen, if it loses, it loses. Sometimes you just gotta look at a price and be like, you know what, I'm going to take a shot on here on a team. And this is also me not loving the Astros.
That's true. You love the price. You love and that's how I look at it too. Like that's why I was on the Padres Sunday. I love that plus 150 on the run line with them against the Pirates, and I had to sweat it through, but I got it through. But no, I'm going to go Houston here, the plus price. I just can't trust. I hear a lot of first fives, that puts me on the on the other side for the full game. Right? It's just the worry with this Pirates hitting their bullpen. Pittsburgh, as when they're at home, favored by $1 minus 100 to -150. They're 3-6 this year, losing 4.5 units. So I'll look at Houston in this spot. They do hit righties a little bit at 253, and you look at the Pittsburgh bullpen at home and ERA near 5. And I can understand the first fives in this game, but I'm more of a full game guy because I like to handicap the bullpen. So I'll take the plus price there with Houston in that one, and give me the nasty Nats at the big plus price. The Nats here over their past 6 games, they've hit 270. Cubs bullpen on the road and ERA over 4, and the Nats is home dogs this year. Here we go again. When they're home dogs, they hit this plus price. With home dogs at plus 125 to plus 175 this season. Can you believe they're 13-8, returning 10 units? Wow. Here we go again with the nasty Nats as dogs coming again, paying you. So I'll take them in that spot. All right, let's see. Did we get to that Philly Toronto? What did I do there? I'm going to take the plus on the Toronto here. I like the way Toronto's hitting the ball. I know Sanchez is strong. I know Bowden Francis has issues, but man, Philly's ice cold over their past 6 games, and their bullpen has been in bad shape. Toronto's hitting 314. I know it was against a lot of that's against Athletics, but still that bullpen's been sharpened against Interleague this year. 8-1, returning 7 units. So Philly is 4-5 on the road against winning teams. Give me that plus price with Toronto. All right, let's continue here on. Yeah, we are continue to do some interviews with. I've sent emails to folks. We're getting a lot of emails from people. So if they want to do the interview, then they can go in the chat and they can ask for it because we're getting a lot of responses. All right, let's continue here on the Tonix Morning Show as we continue on to the next series of games. Brewers and Reds. The Reds $1.23, total of 8. Angels and Red Sox. The Red Sox $1.35, total of 9. D-backs and Braves open a trip. Braves $1.35, total 8.5. Rangers and Rays. We got the Rays $1.38, total of 8. This could be the game with rain today. Tigers and White Sox. Still just not a whole lot of lines up there in Vegas. And Chris, you can find here Detroit $1.55, total 8.5. And we get this block underway here with Rod.
You're on mute, Rod.
For me in this spot, give me the under between the Brewers and the Reds here in this one. We seen it yesterday. They had plenty of chances to blow it open offensively, but just didn't do it. Hunter Green on the mound Peralta on the other side for the Brewers. Give me the under 8.5. We're not getting over 9 in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is give me the under Texas and Tampa. I think Molly's been dealing in May. I believe he's got about a 2 ERA.
Yeah.
Rasmussen's been dealing for the Rays. I'll take the under 8 between Texas and Tampa. A couple unders in that middle block for you.
Unders for Rod in the middle block. Now we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I agree with the under in the Reds one. I'd take the first 5 if you want to get in and out. Take under first 5 in that one. Hunter Green's going to take control of that game. And then looking at another one here, it's sunny. It's 82 in Truist Park for the Braves tonight. So I think Gallen gets hit. I know we know Strider can get hit. He's one of my favorite pitchers, but he's also subject to get hit as well. So I'm going to take over the 8.5 there with a lean to the Braves money line. It's just a little bit more than I like to even try to deal with the Braves, but take over. I think we see a lot of runs in that one. And then, of course, going the opposite direction with rain in Texas. You also got Molly and Rasmussen, who've both been pretty well this year. So I'll take an under in that one. And probably leaving that Tigers White Sox one alone. I think Kerry Carpenter's good for the rest of the year if he doesn't hit. So.
There we go. For Chris, to move on over to Sean.
Yeah, sign me up for the Reds Brew Crew under with these guys on the hill. Rays at Tampa, probably look at an under. They might to pitch it, but let's not sleep on Rasmussen and the fact that the Rangers are one of the worst hitting teams in baseball. Tigers and the Sox. I like the Sox yesterday. Yeah, of course I'll come back with them today. A plus whatever they get as a plus money dog there versus the Tigers. Although it does look a little low. I see a 125. A plus 125 does not seem that inviting for a White Sox team that lost 17-0.
Yeah, $1.55 as well because of the Gibson Long. They see Gibson Long and they're like, wait, I don't like those guys with the hyphen in the name.
Right? I mean, like, what are we doing? And listen, and I bet them. Coming here, throw them out as a free pick is one thing. Putting your money on them is another thing. But again, the price, it just seems like a little short there for a bad home dog. Who else we got here? Royals and St. Louis in this matchup here.
That's the next one. Next one.
There we go. Sammy, I'm goodbye. Have a good one.
Right.
I'll see you next match.
I'll see you on the next block. On over to Alnitos.
Yeah, how can you not agree with that Brewers Reds under with these two starters? Also agree with the first 5 under. The other game I'm going to look at is the Angels Red Sox to go over the total. I know Kikuchi and Bayo put up decent numbers, but I think we see a little bit of offense in this one.
There you go from Alnitos over to Alessandro.
It's probably never a good thing when everybody's on the under for the Reds Brewers. But, yeah, I'll hop on that as well. I do think the Brewers have the bullpen advantage in that game, so I would lean Brewers on a side. This slot, not a lot as well. The Rays Rangers, I'll take the under there as well. I do like both pitchers. Little scary with the ballpark they play in, but, yeah, I'll take under in there.
Yeah, from Alessandro, tell me what I think about these games here. I like the under as well, but put me on the under with Brewers and Reds. Reds 17-5 in the under when minus 110 are higher favorites at home this season. So they've been an under machine at home, one favorite. Agree on the over here with Arizona and Atlanta. Arizona hit the ball pretty well in the month of May, 264, 38 homers in 28 games, but the bullpen in the month of May, an ERA over 6. And we know the Braves can hit the ball well at home. And I'll look at the over in that game. Agree with the under with Rasmussen and Molly here. Tampa, Texas really struggling hitting the baseball. And Rays 15-4 the under at night. I always mention this about this Rays ballpark. Remember, they're playing that minor league ballpark in Florida. The lighting looked to me very dim in that stadium. Every time I watch the games on highlights or I watch the game, it does look very dimly lit there. You don't get that really bright lights that you see from these major league stadiums. And I think that might be contributing to the under there because when you look at the dimensions, or well, more importantly, when you look at the weather in that stadium, you think there'd be more overs. But again, the lighting looks very dim for me, and that might impact the hitters. So I like the under in that one. Continuous 15-4 the under at night in night games for Tampa Bay in that stadium. So I'll continue with that under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show as we continue on with the baseball. Of course, this is the John Caglione game, the big prospect for KC, expected to play today. Royals and Cardinals. Cardinals $1.32, total of 9. Yeah, keep hyping up this kid and keep dropping that price. I like it. Orioles and Mariners here. We got the Mariners $1.38, total 7.5. Padres and Giants. Giants $1.55 total. Hey, we got the hook up there now. Where was it yesterday? Total 7.5. Twins and Athletics. We got the the homeless. They're getting we're getting close to $2 here. $1.98 here. Total of 10 in the shelter. Mets and Dodgers cooling off in LA. Dodgers $1.36. Wow, we got under the $1.40 range in places here. Total 9.5 and going just under here. There are some 9s now hitting the marketplace as well. So there you go with the final block on over to Rod.
Yeah, no, we look at the Twins taking on the homeless. Hey, Lopez on the mound. So I'm going to say that either Lopez equates to who gets a win there in that one. I think both Lopez's can get hit. Athletics, hey, they had plenty of opportunities to blow it open with the Twins. Just couldn't get that clutch hit. So I would lean back the over 9.5 there in that matchup. But Pablo at a minus 200 now. Yeah, give me the over in the matchup. It's another one I like. The Mets and the Dodgers just didn't quite get to the over yesterday, but they'll get there today. Take the over 9. We easily get to 10 runs. Every time I see Kershaw on the mound, I'm like, over with the Dodgers. Kershaw's on the mound, over with the Dodgers. And just what it is, I see it. It's autoplay. Kershaw, over with the Dodgers.
Kershaw over with the Dodgers. Maybe his season, maybe his career. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be. It's just he gives up a few runs, and then we know what the bullpen can do. So I just think it's one of those games where everybody got burnt on the over yesterday. So maybe we'll get it under here with Kershaw. No, take the over again.
The blow pins, blowing saves, the blow pins.
Oh, and then take the Royals under their team total. It's a night game. They're 31-4 in night games to their team total. So the Royals are playing at night. Take the under their team total. It's been making you money. 31-4 this season are Royals scoring offensively to their team total. They're not doing it. You're up 27 units betting the Royals team total unders.
Yeah, that vitamin D deficient team. Very, very deficient in vitamin D. On over to Chris.
Yeah, it's the Jack Caglione game here. We're going to see what he can do in the big leagues. Super excited to see this kid play. He's at a wonderful AA stand here. We'll get to some props later in that part of the show, but I'm going to take the Royals on the money line, see what he does against Andre Palante, and There's a voice. It was Sean.
Right?
Yes, we'll take the Royals on the money line there. Padres, Giants. I know it's wanting you to take that over, but because it's the Roop, is it going to be on fire? We don't know. But I'm going to take under there. I think we get a little bit lower there. And then I'm going with the Minnesota on the run line again. You're getting minus 120 at some places. Still not a great price for Lopez, but I'd just rather have them than the Athletics. I think they do get over that in the shelter again and beat up on the homeless one more day.
There you go. From Chris on back over to Sean.
Hey, look at that. I told you we were right back.
Good timing.
That's what I do. All right, we'll start backwards and forwards. Yeah, Dodgers and the Mets. Let's go a little over there. First 5 over as well. Kershaw, let's be honest. Come on. It's not the same guy. And the Mets, I'm not a big McGill guy. And let's get some runs here. You didn't get them for me yesterday. We'll get them for me today. Twins NEAs, another run line action there with Minnesota. Here we go. Minus a sort of 110. Let's go. Action up. Sometime action is good. You get a little better number with action. 1-0. I say great call there for you, Vegas Al, on that Padre game. Nothing on that one. The O's, I got really nothing there. And the Royals and Cardinals, sign me up for an under. Royals, another team with just ridiculous batting average on the road overall. Unders. I mean, what was it? The team total thing Ryder brought up, I think it's like, 31-3 to the under or something ridiculous, 31-4 now? I mean, because I remember I had it the other day. It actually went over against Scuba. Of course, they went over against Scuba. They scored 4 or 5 runs. But otherwise, it's just been ridiculous this year. So give me the under there in St. Louis.
There we go with Sean over to Elios.
Yeah, I'll take the Twins on the run line here. It's juicy, but again, I just think it's the right play. And not too much for me in this late slot. I think that's definitely my favorite play on this late slot, so I might just stick to that one.
From Alanita's on over to Alessandro.
Yeah, I got 3 premiums here on this time slot, so a lot to like. I'll start off though with the Padres against Roop. The Roop is not on fire. It's probably going to crash and burn tonight. 33 at bats versus the Padres. Padres 33 at bats versus Roop. 303 batting average, and Tatis is 3 for 3. So I see Tatis having a good night. Got to back that. Padres again. And I can see that Dodgers over as well.
Yeah, from Alessandro, to tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to take the Cardinals here. Cardinals at home, pretty good team, pretty good hitting team at home, hitting 281, and their bullpen in ERA under 3. Lorenzen on the road in ERA over 5. Road night games, KC, the vitamin D deficient Royals, 5-13 on the road in their night games, losing 7 units. St. Louis at home against right-handed starters, 16-3 at home against righty starters, returning 13.5 units. I'll be on the Cardinals in that one. Also, I'm going to take the big plus price with the Orioles. No one's talked about the Orioles. Give me the O's. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Seattle team. Their bullpen's screwing up. They're screwing up games. They're forcing them into extra innings. Seattle hits just 217 at home. Sugano on the road. He's been one of the few bright spots in a horrible pitching staff this year. And he's kind of one of the older Japanese players. I think he's in late 30s. ERA 2.73 on the road. Seattle bullpen in their past 6 games and allowed 21 runs in 23 innings. And they're just 11-12 at home when favored at minus 110 or higher, losing 8.5 units. At a coin flip, give me the Orioles there at that plus price. And again, just kind of an almost an auto play for me. Giants and Padres under. What do they do there at night? They go under. Scoreless for 9 innings yesterday. Giants bullpen is, look at this Giants bullpen past 5 games, an ERA of 0.61. My goodness. Giants now 13-3 to the under in their home night games. Not just this season. Go back and look at the past 3 seasons or two plus seasons. It's about 2/3 of the time those games going under at night. So I'll look at the under in that one. Padres also go under right now, 12-6 the under on the road against good bullpens. I like the under in that one. And, of course, I'll look at the Twins. Let's lay the run line here again against this Athletics team that is now 11-18, the run line at home, losing about 7.8 units. And, again, this crazy trend continues here. Twins now 11-0 to the run line, facing a bad bullpen team with an ERA of 4.7 or higher this season, returning almost 13 units. So when Twins see a bad bullpen, they're 11-0 to the run line. So I'll just continue with that trend there. All right. We got you through the Tony 6 morning show here. Yeah, Kirby. That's why I forgot to mention Kirby, right? Yeah, Kirby has been a dumpster coming back here from his injury, right? Sometimes that's what you do, right? You look to fate those guys that get off that have injuries in spring training. And that's Kirby, right? That's was an angle that's an angle I didn't use this year. And I should have done that because that's an angle I was great at. We saw that with, oh my goodness, who's that Padres pitcher that's on the Musgrove, right? Musgrove last year, right? He came off, he was getting pounded. Some of these guys that get hurt in spring training, they come back early in the season, miss a month or two, they get pounded, and that's the story there with Kirby. There, I forgot to mention that it is Gallon Day today in Arizona. I should have mentioned that. That's one of the reasons why I like the over there. We got caught up with Strider, but we forgot it is Gallon who has been hammered this season. All right, looks like Corbin Burns was just elbow tightness, right? That's what came out, elbow tightness. Everyone was worried about that one, so we'll see if he can get his next. Maybe I would sit him out the next start, but we'll see what Arizona does moving forward with Burns. All right, we got you through the baseball. Now it's time to take a look at the W is back in action today, and they hit us with 3 games: Mystics and Fever. Remember Fever with the Caitlin Clark injury there. Fever favored 4, total 161. Mercury and the Lynx. We got the Lynx 13. There's some 12.5s out there. Circa 11.5. So there's a big move there at the sharp book in Vegas. Total 158.5. Wings and Storm. We got the Storm 10. Total 165.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at these ones. For me, I'm going to take the over between Washington and Indy, even without Caitlin Clark in the lineup. I think it's a track meet there in that one. Washington will want to push the pace. So will the Fever. So give me the over in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is where's my there it is. I'm going to take the over in Dallas and Seattle. I know we just seen them and they only got to a $1.50 in their last matchup, but here in Seattle, that offense can definitely roll, and Dallas not playing a whole lot of defense, and their offense can roll as well. So at 165 is where the bookmakers got this thing and moved up a little bit. It's actually popped down about a half point. Somebody's starting to bet the under. I don't think so. Take the over in that one. I think we easily cruise into the 170s in that matchup. And Phoenix and Minnesota, just take the over in the first half in that matchup. Look at that 12.5. They're almost trying to bait you in there. I don't know. That's looking like they're don't you want a 12.5 here with the Mercury? I don't know about that one. But I'm going to take the over in the first half.
I know as a kid, I wish to always see Mercury's on the side of the road, either overheating or or breaking down. That's not a good name for a team, by the way. If you go back and look at the history of Mercury's, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at that Mercury Lynx game, I think they could break down here, but I don't know that the Lynx are going to be, matching up too much. We just saw this 71-74. Phoenix lost to them. Looks like back on the 30th here. And looking at some stats here to get to an under, they're the Mercury are 3-0 to the under when they're revenging a loss. I think we see a similar thing here. It's 159 where I'm looking at, so I take under that total today.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Hey, pass on the W. How about Alessandro? W today?
Yeah, I got W. I would lean the Mystics plus 4.5. They did win last time out. It's a little bit of a scary play, but Sykes, Dolson, and then you got the two young rookies. I'll roll with them there, plus 4.5. And that Wings game, plus 9. I like that. No Paige Beckers tonight, so I also like Arike Ogunbowale over 20 points. Tough name to say.
Tough name to say. There you go. I thought we were talking about that quarterback that transferred to UCLA for a second. All right.
Ogunbowale.
There we go. That one. There you go. All right. We got you through the W. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our captains can give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, series prices on the NHL, NBA finals, or just play it straight. They make the call on this one. We start with Rod.
So we picked on the homeless yesterday with some Ruby props. Today we're going to pick on them lonely Washington Nationals with Trevor Williams on the bump, giving up a good old 6 ERA at home. He's a dumpster fire there. So we're going to take Swanson for a ribby, Nico Horner for a ribby, and Michael Bush for a ribby, all on the Cubbies. We're going to pound the Nationals today.
Very good there from Rod. On over to Chris.
Give you a 2-teamer here. We'll go minutes. What is it? No, we'll Kansas City money line, Toronto Blue Jays money line, and your home run pick of the day. However you can get him. You can get him for a home run. Going to be Jack Caglianone, the rookie. I'm going to take him for a home run today. If you can find it first plate appearance, take that too. Throw a little bit of lunch money on it. I think this kid comes out swinging and shows him what he can do, and shows Bobby Witt what's up. So we're going to take Jack for a home run.
And there we go from Chris. Move on over to Sean.
I'm gonna have to do a happy hour pick here because I'm torn on ribbies and on picks. So I gotta be passing. Yesterday 1 and 2 yesterday, so 37.38 minus $50 with the sides. Again, 32.43, 17.85 to the positive with the ribbies. But I'm looking. There's so many ribbies I want to do, so I can't just come in with. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So I don't want to just give out random stuff. I try to. So sorry, folks.
All right. There we go. From just on over to Alnitos.
It's probably a million different RBIs you can go with today for sure.
I just think there's a lot of runs today, so I'm what 2 teams I'm grabbing 6, 7 guys from 8 guys.
The gas.
You just start early and then make your way down the list.
It looks like gas prices are going down.
But
a lot of gas on the mound today.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll take a couple unders here to mix things up a little bit. I'll go with that under in the Pirates game. I'll go with the under in the Reds game, and I'll go with the Twins run line to wrap it up.
There we go from Alnitos on over to Alessandro.
I'll do a 3-team dog parlay. So Astros, Padres, and Orioles.
There you go. From Alessandro said what I like here. Give me the O's at the plus price, under Padres, Giants, and give me the Twins run line. All right, we got you through the Parlay Purple segment. We will take live auditions. Anybody out there that want to give us a live free pick and audition as a capper, the link is in the description. We'll do it once we get through the promo part of the show. So you guys ready to roll? We'd like to hear you. Or if you'd like to do a full show, then let us know in the chat and we'll schedule you. All right, let's get to see what we got rolling over at Tony's picks for today. Chris, we just gave you our free picks, but our best bets are over at Tony'sPicks.com. If you click the link in the description, you'll get on right over there. You'll be able to see we have full leaderboards showing you our top performers here on the site. As you can see here, premium plays up there, best bets and more. So let's take a look and see what Rod's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com for today. Of course, Rod's put together impressive year, 5,831 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. What you got for sale, Rod?
And for me over at Tony's Picks today, I've got my MLB play of the day. You can scoop that up singly. I've also got my MLB dog of the day up there. We crushed it with the Padres yesterday, so looking to go back-to-back with it. Crushed it with the Twins on the run line yesterday, so looking to go 3 straight with the play of the day. Or you can scoop that up in the Tuesday MLB triple. Get 3 plays. Swept the board yesterday with the MLB. Looking to stay hot here in June. And then I've got my WNBA play of the day up there as well. Sold simply by itself. But as I alluded to yesterday, it's going to be a hot week. I love this week's action. We're going to continue to move up the board, continue to stack more units. So jump aboard long-term here this week. We got so much action. NBA is back on Thursday. NHL is back on Wednesday. More MLB, and then CFL come the weekend. So lots of sports action this week to make money. Take advantage of 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that. Having 2 cappers put money in your pocket because you want to be aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks. As you see, we just continue to stack them up. Just taking over from where we did in 2024, right into 2025. Continue to beat the books and stack units. So jump aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks is the way to go.
That's the way to go with Rod over at Tony. You can see Rod green across the screen. Look at this. Last 24 hours, last 7 days, last 30 days for the year. And you can see green on a lot of the major sports we handicap here at Tony's Picks. So get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. You see the plays up here, 1-day passes as well as long-term subscriptions. You guys like that 7-day pass early on the week because we got a lot going on in the 7 days, not just baseball and WNBA, but we got the NHL and NHL and NBA finals and CFL coming up. So get on board with Rod. Maybe try them out with that 7-day pass there over at Tony's Picks. Also, seasonal passes up there. And if you want to verify these numbers, you can. Every capper, you can verify their numbers by going down to their handicapper page, and you'll see here the plays that Rod's put together, over 2,100 premium picks on Tony'sPicks.com. You can verify every one of them. And like I say, we document and grade not only the winners but the losers as well, and the pushes. So you can check it out there at Tony's Picks and get on board with Rod and get signed up. All right, we'll take a look. Oh, I'm talking about it. I'm not even showing it. Oh my goodness. There we go. You'll see it here on the screen. Ooh, it's a lot of multitasking here, guys. So, but anyway, you can see the green across the screen here. And I'll try rolling here and get on board. This is where you can see the documentation here there on the site. So get on board here with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. I know so those of you guys always ask, how do you do it? I don't know. I still don't know how I do this. All right, let's take a look here and see what Chris has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Chris put together a great NBA. What you got for sale, Chris?
You guys got you a 3-pack in baseball today. Best bet 2 premiums. And then, hop on something long-term, even 3-day, 7-day. We've got NBA playoffs starting back on Thursday. Excited for that. And then, of course, a lot of action in baseball. So we're going to keep on that. I've got my season pass out there as well. Get you every pick up and in for the baseball season through the World Series for one price. Definitely hop on the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Like I tell you guys, 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. So get on that. And then don't forget to use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save you 15% off of those packages. And just hop on something long term. Then we get you the late steam just in case we've got some pitcher changes. We've had a few here lately, so we can get you that information as it comes through.
Very good. Yeah, get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see his 1-day passes are up there. Of course, all of our 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All plays documented here on the site. Let's see what rolling here. We'll see what Sean has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean, for the year, 1,343 units of profit. What you got for sale, Sean?
MLB is for me. There's a 3-pack up, but if you buy the a longer term, you're gonna get a 9-piece of MLB. So there you go. And again, I'm not gonna put up 3 different packages. One, I'm still a couple games under 500, so I don't want to just force that. I got my quote unquote top ones up in a 3-pack, so go enjoy them, or buy the 3-day and get the whole kit and caboodle for MLB.
Let's see, Sean here on the last 30 days, 1,000 units of profit in MLB. 3-pack up there from Sean or Chris, as Sean mentioned, to get the long-term pass. You can see the 1-month all sports pass up there. You can apply the promo code Tony T at checkout, save 15% off that price. So great value there. Again, I'm over with Sean over at Tony's Picks. 2-for-1 cap promotion. Match up your favorite 2 cappers. Save even more. All right, let's take a look and see what's rolling over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll see what Al Ninos has got for sale. Al's put together pretty good NBA year. What you got for sale, Al?
Yeah, no NBA yet, but we'll have my NHL up shortly, probably right after the show, actually. I got a 3-pack in the MLB I just put up. You can get my $19 Grand Slam, and might have a couple extra plays today if you got one of those long-term passes. I mean, as we talked about, there's definitely a lot of gas on the card today. so might get there with some more plays. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, definitely at least 3 plays for now. So go check it out. And the NHL loading up shortly.
Yeah, NHL set up, over with Al Nino. It's got an MLB Grand Slam up there. Long-term subscriptions the way to go as well. And remember, reminder on all long-term subscriptions include late steam. Now, our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but our handicappers continue to handicap throughout the card, looking for winners for our long-term subscribers. So we can post plays in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those plays are emailed directly to your inbox. Those are late steam using the email that you use when you sign up for the service. Late steam feature available here at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't see it available anywhere else. So get on board long-term here with Al Ninos at Tony'sPicks.com. Premium, all right, let's see what Alessandro's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. Alessandro, what you got?
Yeah, so I got my $19 best bet. That's already up now. I'm going to make a 3-pack, 4 total games today. Might add a 5th. And also hop on my 3-day or 7-day passes because we got the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup coming up. Ready to make some money. Let's go.
That's right. You guys got it. Alessandro Rodriguez over at Tony's Picks up on the leaderboard here. Pretty good past 24 hours here. We can see. Let me put the numbers up here. There we go. Here we go.
1-0 plus money though.
That's plus money there. That's what it matters here. The plus money is what matters. It's all about return on investment, not about win percentages. You can see there with Alessandro getting on board. He's got a best bet on the board right now from Major League Baseball. Long-term subscriptions also available. So get signed up. 3-day, 7-day, 1 year, 1 month. So get on board Alessandro over at Tony'sPicks.com. Promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. So get signed up. All right. I got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball, as well as a 3-pack bundling my best bet. So don't buy them both. Buy one or the other, or get my long-term subscription. That's the way to roll. 3, 7, 30-day pass, 1 year all sports pass. And remember the promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. And we also have multi-capper promotion. We can match me up with the second capper with the 2-for-1 and save even more money. All right, guys, we're with you here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Hit us up with that thumbs up like. We greatly appreciate it. Ever miss a show, head on to our YouTube channel, type Tony's Picks, hit the live tab. You'll watch the replay of our live shows here for you. Also, we do have a members feature. If you'd like to support us, hit the members function, hit join, and you'll be able to get early access to my videos. Happy Hour airs today here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Rod hosts the show. And, of course, we always see Ron and Ramon in there. We're going to see a new guest today on the Happy Hour, debuting capper here on the Happy Hour. So looking forward to that. And, of course, you can always watch our archive live show videos here. Just hitting that live tab. Hit the video tab. Lots of videos up here, guys, on demand. You got Al Ninos. We got Chris up there. They'll talk a little bit more about them. We got our man Ron Crawford here coming in with KBO play. Oh, actually going to Japanese League. NPB. All right, there we go. I didn't know it. Giants and Marines. There we go. I'm going to have to come up. I think Nelson's going to have to go to work at that Japanese League in there. So there we go. Also, Chris there. Spreadsheet play of the day, WNBA as well from Rod. And then, of course, we got the compilation WNBA from you as well with Ramon and 2-3 Zone. With today, it's Ramon and Ron in there. And, of course, my on-demand videos as well. We go deeper dives, giving you a lot more stats there when you take a look at that, and trends when you take a look at my on-demand videos. But lots of great content at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Look at the Japanese leagues being covered now. There we go. MLB, no doubt about that. All right, we'll let some of the cappers talk more about their baseball in there as well. French Open going on as well. We do document the French Open in college baseball, and we'll see what Rod's got wrong on. Of course, Rod, let everybody know about the happy hour and all your on-demand videos.
Yeah, definitely tune into that happy hour show, 5 p.m. Eastern. Man, that was quite the green shirt Chris had on yesterday because he brought it back up and it was like, whoa, look how bright that thing was. That was awesome yesterday. So definitely, tune into the happy hour. Season one of the cappers just seen here on the morning show messaged me, so we'll add him into the happy hour there. So definitely tune in. Having good times had by all on the happy hour show. Getting you some winners flowing. And then, hey, if you we got deep dive some YouTube content here as well. So we got lots of it from cappers, and it's increasing daily. So good to see. Check out the YouTube content we got here at Tony's Picks as well. Can't go wrong checking some deep dives out by the other cappers as well. So check them out here at Tony's Picks YouTube.
There we go. Ron Hahn, I got the phone. He'll be coming in with some videos as well. He did tell me he's going to do some live show appearances from Ron Hahn in the chat. So great to see that. Of course, okay, Lex, we'll let the capper do his audition tomorrow. That works better for him. So no question, no doubt about that. You have some more folks. Hey, again, we are looking for cappers. It is that time of the year when we look for cappers. June, July, that's when you get the best candidates. Because if you do this during football season, for some of you side owners out there, everybody and their mother wants to get in the industry back once football season hits. That's not the time to do it. You got cappers, you got candidates June, July, and they're handicapping this time of the year. You got the dedicated folks coming in. That's how it rolls. All right, guys. We'll be back here on the Tony's Morning Show live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with more baseball, and we got the NHL Finals kicking off here and ready to roll with that. And of course, make sure to like, subscribe. See you at the happy hour. Absolutely, guys, on the happy hour today. Rod hosts at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you tune into that. All right, any last closing thoughts before we close it out?
Yeah, go check out the doggy video. We didn't get to that.
That's right. I didn't get to Rod, right? I got to Rod. All right, let's let the cappers know. All right, Chris, let everybody know what you got up there on the YouTube.
Oh, I've got you that deeper dive into the Philly-Toronto game. I've got you 3 home run props out there. I didn't have the information last night on Jack Caglione to put him out there, but yeah, add him today. Everybody likes the deeper dive. I'm telling you guys what pitches these guys hit the best, and it worked out for Kerry Carpenter yesterday. So keep putting that out. I will have NBA content for the finals out, so go check out those videos.
Yeah, from Chris on. Of course, Sean, we got you in the mornings, and looks like some happy hour props coming in.
The happy hour props. Did you say we're going to have a visitor on the happy hour? We had
I was on yesterday with my
I'm
guys.
going to have to be there for that.
There'll be a contestant. Somebody wants to be get on the sites.
Tony's next.
He's already here. You've seen him. You met him.
Yeah.
You met him. He's not a newbie.
He's a new Stephen Lemieux. Stephen Lemieux will be here.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah.
It is a debut. He's never. He
was here on Saturday. He was here on Saturday. These candidates are great to come on the live show. They've all been hired so far. So, that tells you, Alessandro rose the bar very high. Come and do the whole show.
Come in and do the whole show and set it up here. People are ready to jump over that bar.
Made my life a lot easier hiring cappers, let me tell you that.
Yes. I'll have some videos out soon. As well, trying to break down some MLB games. Also think about doing something for the weekend, UFC card, baseball as well. So, yeah, look forward to it.
Absolutely. And, of course, El Ninos, you're always looking for those doggies.
Yeah, sorry, I had to mention it.
No, don't be sorry. If I screw up, you need to let me know, man. I don't take offense to that, especially if I don't have your graphic up there. Let me know, man, because there's you ever use StreamYard, not the easiest program to try to multitask with, but I like it. Can't knock it too much.
But yeah, we went. I said there was a lot of value on the card yesterday, and we went 3-0 on that doggy video. So that was our second sweep in the last 3 days. Actually, the one before that was on RBIs, but hey, those came through too. So mixing it up on those videos, but back to some more moneyline dogs today. If everyone wants to go check those out.
Very good. Check them out there on YouTube. And growing. A lot more content coming to Tony Speaks YouTube channel. I know Stephen Lee will be on our show. He's going to work on a video series, and of course, some more guys coming on board as well. So a lot of applicants. We should have another edition tomorrow because I know Lex has got a guy who wants to come in. So we'll see how many parlays he'll give us tomorrow on the show. So we'll be all set to roll on that one. All right. That's going to do it here for the Tony Sports Show. Any thoughts before we close it out? Closing comments?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody out there in the chat for your contributions. Greatly appreciate that. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys making a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.